Professor Biz, straight up chilling, barbecue grilling, and thank you very much for tuning in. This is week 4 of the Indie Chronicles. It's a week by week behind the scenes documentary of the life of an independent hip hop artist until we see what the majority call success. So, starting out with week 4, it's going to share that, we'll start it off with Proverbs 17:17 that says, "A friend loves at all times, but a brother was born for adversity." Adversity like hardship, war. So I got to give a shout out to my brother who, actually his name is Leonard. He's a cool guy. Like somebody who was actually standing at my wife and I when we got married. He was one of my groomsmen. Side note, the people who you have up there as your groomsmen or your bridesmaids, those aren't people who you should pick like randomly or because you're best friends and stuff. These are people who you could say throughout the entire time of your marriage will continue to remind you of the vows that you took, why you got married, and to continue to roll just like that. So needless to say, he's a trustworthy guy. So I can count on him like when I need accountability, like just when I need to talk about stuff. So talking to him, he reminded me of some goals that I set, and he also was just saying that there were certain places in business that I was underperforming. And I agree with him. And so we talked about it. He let me know what I could do to get better. And it was cool, man. It was just good. It's like I said before, like I told you guys about DT, you always got to have that person who's going to keep you in check. Always a person who's going to let you know about what you stand for because, hey, we're people. We forget sometimes. That's just what it is. Let's see, last week, DJ Soco dropped a new mixtape. So that's sold out volume 17, the D1 edition. Now, DJ Soco, I had the privilege of dropping a verse for him like a while ago. It was pretty dope. But let me see. This joint that just came out is available on DatPiff. So go check that out. And I gotta definitely show love to a fellow Bayesian. You know what I'm saying? Island of Barbados. If you don't know where it is, you should definitely go check out Leonard at Vacations MD because he can book you a cruise over there. Pretty sweet, pretty litty. Matter of fact, check this out real quick. We're gonna show you what it is. Thank you. All right, so back to it. I needed some rest last week again. And this is for, I don't know if you guys know about type A and type B personalities and stuff, but a lot of the times, just the type A type personality people, they will have quite a bit on their plate and they're usually pretty task-oriented people. That's me, that's who I am. So it's a lot of the time I don't realize the amount of stuff that I'm doing until somebody either stops me or if I sit down and count what I'm doing and I'm like, oh wow, I'm doing a lot. So keep in mind that everything that is created needs a rest period, including humans. And if you don't think so, when your body shuts you down, it's not pleasant, man. Ask anybody who's gone through it. When you work, like hustle season is cool, but you need to take your breaks. Seriously, take care of your body. Your health is more important than wealth, and that's so for real. All right. Let me see what else. Oh, actually, in a bit of work that was last week, I finished up the verse for DT's new track. So that's pretty dope. I'm not even commenting on it. I'm not even going down that road. You're going to have to talk to him and ask him when he's releasing it and stuff like that. But beat is dope. Hook is dope. Yeah, I'm excited for it. Definitely excited for it. That's going to be sweet. And last week, I'll say the last thing too in terms of business, I met the founder of OK Company. I don't know if you guys know about OK. It's a natural hair care and skin care products. But I sat down and just chatted with the owner for a little bit, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to China. I have a meeting over here, meeting in California, meeting in Hong Kong. I'm like, man, this dude is on the move. And in my head, I'm like, how do you really get to that level in business? because that's a lot, man. That's big. That's heavy. To where you've got people internationally wanting what you're putting out. So I looked back into it and I just did some research on the company, found out that this is a family-owned business and they've been in business for 30 years. 30 years. And the son who actually started who was a co-founder of the company, he started out just doing like regular delivery routes and working in his family salon 30 years ago. So when I'm looking at that, it's like, yo, man, 30 years has been put into building this thing. That's a lot of time. But when I'm looking at me for the place where I am right now, like how many Instagram followers or how many Facebook followers, Twitter followers, or on Spotify, how much songs are getting played and stuff like that, I'm like, yo, like while you're in the middle of doing all these things, it can really seem like a struggle because you don't see the growth as quickly as possible, even though other people could tell you about it. Sometimes it can be frustrating when you're like, oh man, like, dude, I wish I saw more. I wish I was doing more right now, things like that. It's just like, hey, what the cliche saying is, Rome wasn't built in a day. So that's that. All right. Last couple things I'm gonna hit you guys with. Number one, never ever ever put God on the back burner. And this is what I'm saying specifically for me too. It's like you can't do God's business without Him. Period. Like it's just not gonna happen. It's something that I got to keep reminding myself of. Like I said, I'm a real task-oriented guy, so it's easy for me to make like a 1, 2, 3 ABC list and just be like, all right, just go to it, get to it. But that's just not how God and His business works. So that's one thing. Number two, y'all, I need a new phone. Plain and simple, dude. I need a new phone. My memory was at like 99% last week. It's like, it's coming to be like right about that time. I'm partial to Android. If y'all got any suggestions for me, what do you guys have? Comment and let me know what you guys have. And the last thing that I'll say is a quote from Zig Ziglar. And if you guys don't know who that is, he's a motivational speaker, but he's also a believer. So one thing that he said, I'm going to read you the quote. It said, many marriages would be better if husbands and wives clearly understood that they were on the same side. The reason why I'm saying that to you guys is because a lot of the times on teams, period, like distribution teams, production teams, or whatever, but especially in marriage, we'll end up fighting the wrong person or end up aiming our energy at the wrong person. It's not your spouse. I remember why you stepped into it in the first place. You love the person that you're with. And if some feelings have gone to the side, it's like, look, love isn't about feelings. Love is about decision and commitment. It's like once we really realize that the person that we're with is not our enemy, we'll do much better. My wife was, she blessed me like real big last week. She just reminded me of some things about who I am and what I'm supposed to be doing. And it's just like, man, it was so cool to have somebody like that in your corner, like consistently. Somebody who is for you and somebody who isn't against you. So, but don't wait until you see it to reciprocate it. Be the first one to step out. Be the first one to love in your marriage today. Remember, you wearing the same jersey. All right, so for this, like it, share it, comment. Let me know what kind of phone you got, what kind of phone the boy should get. And if you know an independent artist, then put them on this, let them see it. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to South Florida, Broward, Dade, Palm Beach County. Appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next week. Peace and hair.